views from resident groups. From our resident council. Here with all the insider information is Jim Toomey, Chair of the Activity Fair Committee. Welcome back to the show, Jim.
Thank you.
Now, you're here because the Resident Council sponsors a really important and exciting event every year.
Yes, and first of all, Lou, many thanks for having me on your show. And yes, the Resident Council sponsors an activity fair, and this year it will take place on Thursday, March 27th from 1 p.m. until 3 p.m. in the lower level of the Connaught.
How long has the Resident Council been sponsoring this event? I mean, even during COVID.
Yes. Did a little digging on this, and articles from the Panorama News report that an activity fair and Resident Council sponsorship go back as far as 2013. During the COVID years, there was a fair plan to take place in March of 2020, but the statewide shutdown brought a halt to all of that. In 21 and 22, the activity fair was conducted strictly via Zoom. In 23, a hybrid Zoom and in-person event took place, and in 2024 and this year, 2025, it will be totally in-person.
Nice. So what can new residents or those who've never been to the activity fair expect when they come to the Quinault?
Yes, well, the first thing they can expect is to see a busy lower level of the Quinault. Every room will be set up with tables to accommodate many activities from on campus. I believe that the Panorama phone book contains something like 6 pages of listings of activities that are on campus. We have over 80 of those activities that will be present and registered for this fair. And this level of participation offers residents I guess you could call it a once-a-year opportunity to meet face-to-face with all of these activities and see something that might pique their interest, ask questions, and make some kind of a determination of where and when they would like to spend their time.
So 80 plus activities, that's amazing. How in the world are they going to find their way around?
Yes, good question. Well, each visitor will be offered a program when they enter. And I have a copy of last year's program, which will be similar to this year. It will contain a color-coded map inside of all the rooms that will be occupied by the activity fair. And there will also be one of these programs will be at each activity table so that when a visitor is talking to one of the activity representatives, they can ask them specific questions, either about the event or the activity that they are in face-to-face mode at the time, or if they want to talk to somebody else, they can get directions. We will also have a number of volunteers on the venue floor to direct personnel and direct visitors to places they would like to go and that they would like to see.
So 80 plus activities, let's say I spend 3 minutes at each table, that's 240 minutes, that's 4 hours. You're only open for 2 hours.
That's correct.
So I think maybe the first thing I need to do is make a plan of where I want to visit.
Yeah, that's a good point. And someone mentioned to me earlier that is there a possibility to get these programs out earlier so that people that have a desire to make the plan, they would be offered the opportunity to do that. It's not part of this year's planning, but it is a good idea. And I think that's something we need to discuss with the planning committee, because how do we get them distributed and so forth. But I think that the people that want to make a plan, standing there in the hallway might be a little bit congested for them. So I think that's a good idea and something to look at.
Great.
Yeah.
Always getting better.
Absolutely.
And
continuous improvement.
In fact, for this year, getting to the event will be easier as well.
That's true. That's true. We tried this a couple years ago, but we don't feel like we advertised it enough. Plus, the weather was nicer. Here at the end of March, with the potential, well, you never know what the weather is going to do. So, what is being offered, and as a bonus, is that for this year's event, there will be a door-to-door shuttle and it will be available to pick up all residents both and take residents both to the Quinault and return them at the end of their visit. Home pickup will begin as early as 12:30, and anyone interested in reserving a seat on the campus shuttle, they will need to call or email the activity desk. And that phone number is extension 5565, and the email is activitydesk@panorama.org. The shuttle will drop off and pick up at the main entrance to the Quinault. So whether it's weather related or people just don't want to deal with the potential congestion in the parking lot, this is something we'd like to make available to all residents this year, and hopefully it works out well.
Yeah, parking is usually a huge problem when you have a large-scale event.
Absolutely.
So there is also another incentive, I believe, for coming to the fair, and what is that?
Yes, there is. On the back page of the program, there is a link, and this year there will also be a QR code, and that link and QR code will be when connected with by the attendee, it will take them directly to a survey. It's a survey that we utilized. How did we do? What worked well? What didn't work well? But if they fill out that survey, they'll be asked if they would like to be entered into a drawing. And if their name is chosen from that bin, they will be eligible and they will receive a gift certificate from the 1715 restaurant.
Oh, bonus for
Yes,
attending.
absolutely.
It's great.
Absolutely.
So, like good reporters, remind us of the what, when, where, and maybe a why
Yes.
coming.
Yes, good. Well, all right. As a reminder, the 2025 Resident Council sponsored activity fair will take place on Thursday, March the 27th, from 1 p.m. until 3 p.m. in the lower level of the Quinault. This activity fair is going to give you an opportunity to explore activities that can help your Panorama living experience to be active, healthy, and fun-filled.
All right. Well, thanks, Jim. Come back anytime.
Will do. Will do.
And thanks to the Resident Council for sponsoring this event every year. The activity fair is the perfect time to explore a new hobby or passion and meet new residents. And now, you know. The wait is almost over. Activity Fair 2025, next Thursday the 27th from 1 to 3 in the Quinault lower level. Be there or be disappointed.